Welcome to Perspectives. I'm your host, Jacquelyn Abad, and today we're going to take a look at the work Dr. Schwartz does to get a better understanding of life after death.
I definitely believe that there are certain things in this world that we can't always explain. Not everything is just clear cut. But as far as communicating with the dead, I really think that's pushing it. I think that if anybody's honestly claiming that they can communicate with the dead, they're pretty much full of it. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm closed-minded because I'm definitely not about a lot of things, but when it comes to communicating with dead people, I'm gonna have to say no.
Most part, it's pretty ridiculous and full of baloney, but they probably use statistics to their favor, even though they're probably not real. They probably like cater them to their point, and they're probably not really that real. But I don't know. He makes money for it. Probably does a solid job. Probably likes doing what he does, but it's probably not really that real. I don't think so.
Those people who believe they can communicate with the dead, or just say people who just trying to make money off of it or whatever, I don't think they can really communicate with it, as in like talk to them per se, but I definitely believe there are spirits out there that you can communicate in some other form, like feeling, or if you like can see them, or you know what I mean. So I definitely think there is like some form of communication in that way, but like in the way that mediums do, where they have like seances and like they can literally talk to them, I don't think you could do that.
Did you ever think it was possible for people to communicate with the dead? I'm not talking about your typical ghost story. Here at the University of Arizona, paranormal activity meets science. Today I'm here to interview Dr. Gary Schwartz, who's famous for his books like The Sacred Promise, and also his controversial experiments with mediums. Can you explain to us what type of work that you do here at the University of Arizona?
Yes, our research bridges mind, body, and spirit. And some of this is, if you would, mainstream research. That is, it's well accepted within the leading edge of science, and others is very controversial at the cutting edge, and even some people say the bleeding edge of science. And we do all of that work here at the lab. Some mediums are real, because we typically think, well, they must be frauds or they must be engaged in trickery. In fact, when I began doing this research, I read secret books on how to become a fake medium. I took a course on how to become a fake medium. I'm a pretty good fake medium. So I know the tricks of the trade, and therefore design research that make it impossible for them to use those tricks. I've tested more than 20 now, very gifted mediums, who all have passed the test, meaning they're able to get information that you and I can't normally get about people's deceased loved ones, and it's not fraud, it's not cold reading, it's not bias of the raiders who are, grieving their loved ones and so searching for answers. It's not cues from the experiments. We've done all these experiments. Single-blind studies, double-blind studies, triple-blind studies, and the conclusion that I've come to is some of them are real. It just says, oh, this is impossible, or I don't believe this, or this can't be true, or there's got to be, it's sloppy research. They don't know the research. Okay? And the third thing that I would say is that there are huge questions in this area. When I wrote the book, The Sacred Promise, I didn't call it The Sacred Proof. I called it The Sacred Promise because when you look at the totality of the data, it is now clear that science is going to be able to give us an answer to this question one way or another. Is there a greater spiritual reality, and if so, does it play a meaningful role in our personal lives? It's no longer the case that science says that this is impossible, quite the contrary. What we now understand about quantum physics and information sciences and other areas of science, it all points to the strong, not just possibility, the probability that all of this and more is true.
Thank you for tuning into Perspectives. I hope you got a chance to see things through someone else's eyes. See you next time.